So I now have my Google Classroom. The next challenge is what am I going to do with it? Um, Obviously, for a classroom to be useful, you want it to have some content in it. And so, what I'm going to do is add some. And you add content in the classwork section right here. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can create content in here. Um, but a good place to start is to actually create an organization system. And to do that, I just have to go under Create, and you can see that one of my options is topics. And a topic is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a heading that groups all of your materials together. So if I click on topic, I might add math work, math learning. There we go. There we go. And I'll add that. And maybe I'll do another topic. And of course, this is entirely up to you. And I might say language arts. There we go. And all that does is creates a nice, easy way to organize, but it also creates a table of contents on the side, which helps me to move just to what's happening in math in this case, or what's happening in language arts. And of course, to go back to my main page, I just have to hit all topics. All right, so we've got language arts there. Let's start adding some content. And let's say just for an initial piece, I want to just give something for a student to download. I just want to give them a file that they can download and learn from. Maybe it's one of the PDFs from Learn Alberta. So I'll go ahead and hit create. And it says, what kind of thing am I uploading? Well, I'm really wanting to post some materials. And so I'll go ahead and hit click material. And maybe I'll call this do this first. Obviously, it'll be a little bit more descriptive than I am. This is to help you. And you'll notice just at the bottom, it says add with a paperclip. Now, the universal symbol for attachments. So I can actually just go ahead and click on that, and it will let me upload either a YouTube video, a file from my computer, a link to a website, or a file from Google Drive. And in this case, I want to put the file from Google Drive, so I'll go ahead and select that. And if I scroll through, I'll see, oh, here's something. This is a file that's from the Alberta Education stuff. So I'll go ahead and click on that. I can also just browse my drive. If I go to my drive, I can find files just by looking at through my folders. I can find files that have been shared with me. If I've starred things in my Google Drive, I can find those here as well. I can even upload to my Google Drive. The other thing you can do in here is if you hold on a Mac your Command key, on a PC your Control key, Chromebook Control key as well, I can actually select multiple files. So maybe I want to take these 4 files and attach them. That will work. I just have to click Add, and instantly you can see they're now there. Now all I need to do is hit Create. Oh, sorry, I don't want to create a new document. All I need to do now is hit Post. I can also, before I upload it, choose a topic. So maybe this is in language arts, and I can hit Post, and you'll see when I go back to my main page, the file do this first is there, and when kids click on that, you can see that some of the things to download are all listed there. Now that's really good for sending information to the students, but what if the student wants to send things back to you? That's actually really straightforward to do. All you need to do is hit create again, and let's say I want them to do an assessment where they're going to use a thinking routine, for example, on this. So let's go to my assignment page again, or to my create button again, and I'm going to choose assignment. Now, this time I want to actually give them something to do. I might say do this. Obviously, you're going to use something a little bit more detailed. You'll provide some significant instructions, of course. But what I want to do, I have a template of a thinking routine, but I want to actually get them to actually work right on that page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add. This trick, by the way, will only work from Google Drive. So I'm going to go to Google Drive, and I am going to see if I have a See Think Wonder on here. Yes, I do. So there's a See Think Wonder. And with a See Think Wonder, of course, I don't want them to just download it. I want to actually see what work they're doing. So rather than having the default, which is that students can view this file, I'm going to change that to make a copy for each student. And what that's going to do is it's going to save a copy of that See Think Wonder template for every student that they can write directly on, and you can actually go in and view it at any time you want. It even has a button on it in Google Docs for them that says Hand In. So again, maybe I'll put this under my math learning. Because it is an assessed piece, I might say ungraded for points because it's grade 3. I don't have the 4 categories listed there. But what I might do is create a rubric for it. And if I want to create the rubric, it's really easy. I just click on Create. And for each criterion, each row of your rubric, for example, you give it the criterion title. So clear criteria. And I'm going to be able to do, or want to do this as a 4-level rubric. So I'm just going to hit plus for each of the 4 levels. And then level title might be and then obviously you'd put the actual description of what that criteria would be. And then once you're done, here, I'll just go ahead and just add. Obviously, you're going to put some real pieces there. Unfortunately, it does make you put points. But because we made the total out of 0, this won't matter, but I'll just go ahead and hit 4, 3, 2, 1. You can also make up numbers. You can put them in the opposite order if you want, but obviously we're not going to use that as a percentage. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm going to actually use turn off scoring because I don't want those numbers. I apologize for missing that. Use scoring you can now turn off, which means you can now limit just directly to proficient, acceptable, beginning, and mastery. And of course, if there's another criteria, you can just go ahead and add it there. And that's all there is to it. I hit save. It takes me back to my my document. I can go back to assign, and it will now show up in my classroom and be shared out to all of my students. Again, if you need a hand with any of this, I'm more than happy for you to give me a shout. But hopefully this gets you started to start adding some content. In the next piece, we'll look at how to manually add students, so you don't need to use a classroom code, and about the stream and some of the other features like discussions you can get going into this space.